Good afternoon. Good afternoon. How are you guys doing today? Well, I hope. So, like I said before, this week I'm going to be hyper focusing on mental. Slow down, V. I'm going to be hyper focusing on mental health awareness. Okay, and obviously, I don't think I'm going to get through all the different mental health disorders and issues that are out there, but I do want to touch on a few of them. Okay. So today, for this live, we're going to be talking about obsessive compulsive disorder. Obsessive compulsive disorder. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of it before or if that's something that you currently deal with or you experience people in your life that have this disorder. But yeah, I want to talk about it. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm not sure if I said it, but I hope you all have had a good day today and you had a good morning. Let's see. Sorry, y'all. Let's see. All right. So it says, let me make sure this is turned up. All right. So it says obsessive compulsive disorder, OCD for short, is a mental disorder characterized by unwanted, recurring thoughts, obsessions, and repetitive behaviors or mental acts, compulsions, performed to neutralize the anxiety caused by the obsessions. These symptoms are often beyond the individual's control and significantly interfere with daily life, work, or relationships. I can imagine. I can imagine that that could be an issue. Jeez, this wind is in the way, y'all. My bad. Hold on. Hey, Arabia. Girl, I'm all over the place. You said a lot of women in prison experience this disorder. And that, imagine having OCD and you're in prison. Like, that is one of the worst places to be if you have this disorder because it's dirty, it's not clean, and people are not clean. So I could just imagine the type of anxiety that brings on in prison, jail, anywhere you're in a tight space with other people. I can imagine. I'm happy you're here, Arabia. I hope you're having a good day. Let's continue before I don't even get through all of this. All right, so we're going to go over some of the key characteristics of obsessive compulsive disorder, or OCD for short. The first one is obsessions. These are intrusive and unwanted thoughts, urges, or images that cause significant anxiety or distress. Examples include excessive fear of germs or contamination, forbidden or taboo thoughts related to sex, religion, or harm, the need for order, symmetry, or perfectionism, and aggressive thoughts towards others, towards self or others. So those are the type of obsessions that kick into the brain of somebody who has, and those obviously those are not all of them. Those are just with the ones they listed. That kick into the brain of someone who has this disorder. All right, the second key characteristic is compulsions. These are repetitive behaviors or mental acts that the person feels driven to perform in response to an obsession or according to rigid rules. So sometimes when it comes to the compulsions, it's not even strictly off of what they are fixated on. It could be, say they're at work, right? And one of the rules are, let's just use coffee for example because I love coffee. So say it's a job where part of the job is making coffee, right? But the rule is coffee can only sit for 2 hours before a fresh batch has to be made. This obsessive compulsive person, literally, as soon as the 2 hour mark hits, that coffee has to be changed. It don't matter what's going on. It doesn't matter if there's still a good amount in there. It doesn't matter what's going on. It doesn't matter if they are busy and there's a lot going on. They're going to stop what they're doing and go and make that, and dump out that coffee and make that new coffee because it's the 2 hour mark. Even if somebody says, oh no, it's okay, don't worry about it, it's all right. No, 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 I have to type of ordeal. It's very unfortunate. Okay. The behaviors are aimed at reducing anxiety or preventing a feared outcome, but they are excessive and often logically unrelated to the feared event. So it's counterproductive because it's causing more stress than angst. But for the person, they don't realize this. You know what I mean? It really sucks. And examples include excessive cleaning and hand washing, repeatedly checking locks, appliances, or switches. Like literally could have just locked the door, but before they leave their house or wherever the area is, they have to go back at least however many times, definitely more than twice, to double, triple, quadruple check. Even if someone is there and seeing that they just locked it, they could be like, hey, you locked that already. Yeah, I just need to check. I need to be sure. Counting, ordering, and arranging items in a specific way. Don't touch their stuff. Don't touch their stuff. Don't mess with their stuff. They it's not even a matter of them liking their stuff the way they like their stuff. It has to be that way, or it's going to throw them into a tizzy. Um, Silently repeating words or prayers. Silently repeating words or prayers. And there may be a set amount of times that they feel like they have to say something or repeat something or do something or touch something. And once they get it in their head that the set amount of times that they have to do this, that's the amount of times they're going to do it. And if something or someone um, disrupts that or throws that off, it's likely to throw them into an episode. I'm not going to say fit because that kind of like, I'm not going to say they're going to have a fit because that sounds disrespectful to me because it is a disorder. But that can definitely push them into an episode if their process or routine is disrupted. Let me see if anybody came in here or if Arabia has anything else to add. Hey, CP3. What's up, Broham? How are you? Well, I hope. Let's see. Let's see. Hey, EJ, good afternoon. How are you doing? Well, I hope. Arabia said they be tripping. I'm telling you, respectfully, I don't even like to say it like that. But yeah, don't touch their stuff. Don't even breathe on it. Don't be near their stuff, please. Okay? And if they are in the process of doing their routine or their thing, and you don't have to disrupt that, like there's no legit reason to disrupt that, don't disrupt that. Unless it's something that can, cause harm to themselves or others, or if it's just something super ridiculous and you have to intervene. But just keep in mind that to you it's super ridiculous, but to them, that's their regular, and it needs to be done in that way, in that order. Let's see. You guys are speaking to each other. Arabia said, right. They don't realize what they are doing. No, that is their norm. They make good security guards and correction officers. They're definitely going to follow the rules and keep and make sure things are clean as can be and as neat as can be. I can imagine they run a tight ship when it comes to that. Um, because obviously, if they have to work there all day or all night, seeing filth and dirt and clutter and stuff like that will throw them over the edge. Likely put somebody in a hole just off the strength that they dirty. Word is bone. Um, Shout out to the chat and hostess. Hit the like button, please. Yeah, if you're feeling froggy, why not? Thank you. Hey, Shelly Shells, I missed you, girl. And I'm sorry I missed your live because what did you do? Were you streaming a watch party for the fight? I think that fight went like 6 rounds. I missed it. Rabia says, hello, moderators. Blessed day, everyone. Yes, I hope everyone is having a good day. Let me make sure I have it on all messages. I did it before I started the live, but this thing acts up. Hold on. Like that too, so I guess it could be a good thing. Yeah, especially if you're able to manage it, you know what I mean? As long as you're able to manage it. And a lot of what I'm going to talk about is very important if can be to have a solid support team, support system, people in your life that care for you, that know what you got going on, that are willing and able to give you grace, like I said in the last live, while still holding you accountable if your behaviors become too much as far as like negative or you can cause harm to yourself or others, etc. But yeah, this week we're going to be talking about a lot of stuff like this because I think it's important and it may trickle into next week depending. Okay, so we went over, hold on real quick. We went over the key characteristics Now we're going to go over, I'm going to shoot through these rather quickly because I want to get through them. And like I tell you guys all the time, trust but verify. I encourage you to do your own research with anything that you hear or see. And especially if it's something that, you feel like I might have missed or you would have liked me to expound on, do your own research as well. Okay? But I also want to know what y'all think in the chat too. So diagnosis and causes. Obsessive compulsive disorder, OCD for short, is diagnosed, through a clinical evaluation by a mental health professional. Go to the doctor. Don't just Google. Which includes interviews and a review of symptoms and history. For a diagnosis, the obsessions and compulsions must take up a significant amount of time. For example, more than an hour of your day, and cause major problems in daily functioning. Whether that is, your work life, your regular social life, your love life, relationships with families and with your family and friends, and even your daily, day by day life with things that we have to do daily, that don't have nothing to do with anybody else. All right, it says the exact cause of OCD is not fully understood, but potential factors include genetics, family history, brain function abnormalities, I can't even say that word, abnormalities, prior head injury, or a history of abuse. Okay, so those are the diagnosis and causes. Treatment and outlook. OCD is a chronic illness, but most people improve with the combination of treatments. Therapy is one of the treatments. So we're going to go over treatment and outlook. The first one is therapy. Cognitive behavioral therapy, CBT, is highly effective. A special type a special type of therapy is exposure and response prevention, ERP, involves gradually exposing the person to their triggers and helping them resist performing the compulsive rituals. Oh, that's got to be stressful for the person. Even though they said they would do it gradually, I can imagine what that first couple appointments was. Like if they're used to counting something 8 times, so then obviously part of that treatment would be, like, for example, by the time they get to the fourth count, they're being disrupted. And whether that's just somebody just saying, just interrupting them to have conversation, whatever. And then the next part would be trying to work on that need to have to get to that eighth count. Ooh, okay. The next one is medication. Antidepressants such as selective serotonin reuptake inhibitors, geesh, SSRIs for short, are commonly prescribed to help manage symptoms. Okay. Want to calm them down a bit, I suppose. And then the last one, and we're just going to go over treatment and outlook for obsessive compulsive disorder. The last one is support. Joining a support group can help ease stress and provide a sense of community. Obviously, that's going to reassure you that you're not alone in this, and then you won't feel weird about talking about it because you're going to be talking about it with other people that are experiencing it, as opposed to someone else who does not experience or go through that, which would kind of make it hard for them to really understand what you got going on to a certain extent. Um, the International OCD Foundation is a useful resource for finding help in support groups. Okay. I hope you guys were able to get something out of this, even if this doesn't pertain to you yourself. It may pertain to somebody that you have in your life. And even if that is not, a thing currently, you never know who may enter your life, you know? So it's good to be in the know on these type of things because you want to know what's going on with people that you care about. And then once you know what's going on with them, you want to try to give them grace if possible and not treat them less than or ostracize them because they have a disorder that you don't have, but that you could have easily been born with or developed over the course of your life. Okay. It was something else. Oh, yes. Because I had looked up, like, what is the color, the awareness color for OCD, and it's teal. And that's why you see the blue and the green hearts in the title, because I couldn't find a teal heart in the emoji thing. But teal is a blue and green shade. So obviously, if you mix blue and green together, you're gonna get teal. And that is the color for OCD awareness. Okay. I didn't do a deep dive because I just don't have the time to. Um, but like I said, I encourage you guys to do your own research. Okay. Let me see. I appreciate everyone that popped in on me. I appreciate whoever may or may not have been in the clouds. Raby, I appreciate you coming. EJ, I appreciate you popping in. CP3, I appreciate you popping in. Broham, Shelly Shells, I missed you. I haven't seen you. I'm happy you came. And then what did you say, Arabia? That's a lot of therapy. Yeah. And not to say that all is supposed to be taken at once, but it's good to have options. Because everything ain't for everybody. So what may work for one may not work for the other, and vice versa. Outpatient treatment and therapy, I think. Okay. Teal SCDC prison uniforms. Crazy work. You said I got it. All right. Cool beans. Thank you guys for coming. I really appreciate you. I hope whoever hears this on the replay was able to get something out of it. This week, we are going to be hyper focusing on mental health awareness, okay? It doesn't have to just be a month or a day because we live in a big world and you never know what somebody got going on with themselves. And it may be you that may have one of these things going on with yourself and just don't realize it or recognize it. Either way, it's always good to be in the know. All right. Hey, Cutting Edge, how are you? So I hope you all have a good rest of your day. Bye.